Hey, just a warning. While Fuller House is a family show, the Fullest House podcast is not. Listener discretion is advised. Hello and welcome to the Fullest House podcast, where we have to find 3 identical tuxes, or else the world will be destroyed.
Oh no!
Dun dun dun!
I'm Mark Greene.
I'm Harrison Bloom.
And I'm Zach Horowitz.
We're very confused this episode of Fuller House.
Yeah,
Fullest House.
Let me be more definite. I'm Mark Greene.
Oh, and I'm Harrison Bloom.
I'm still not sure if I'm Zach Horowitz or not. I don't know.
I think that would make you Zach Horowitz.
Maybe.
Possibly.
I mean, process of elimination.
We'd have to do the math, but let's talk about it after we discuss how this is Andrea Barber's first writing credit in all of TV, and it's fucking awesome.
Yes, Andrea Barber should write more things. That is our main takeaway from this episode.
We thought this episode was great.
Yeah, like this might actually be my favorite episode of the series so far.
It was
written by Kimmy herself, proving once again that the best people at writing these characters are themselves.
Yeah. DJ, we like DJ more when Candace Cameron Bure directs the episode, and we like Kimmy more when Andrea Barber writes the episode. They should just be doing all the things. They should be like Aaron Sorkin and just write every episode of their show. Or Jesus. Matthew Albee, the character from the Aaron Sorkin's show Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. You guys want me to talk about Studio 60 for a while?
Not now. But
I mean, that's something we can do off recording, but you know, perhaps another time. But
I don't want to incur the wrath of Tyler. He has a death beam aiming at my head right now.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Tyler wants me to talk about Studio 60 and how weird it is that Matthew Perry's character writes an entire sketch show every week.
Well, hold on. Let's ask Tyler. Tyler, if you want Mark to not talk about Studio 60 for the next hour, give us an audible response in this podcast right now. We're waiting.
Tyler said do it, so I'm confused.
We don't have a no on recording.
So
you know what?
The only thing to do is talk about Studio 60.
The time has passed. I'm not feeling it. Let's talk about this episode.
Sure.
This episode opens strong. And when I say it opens strong, it's not that it opens strong with anything in particular. It's that it opens strong because it opens with J Money and Ramona.
Yes.
Our favorites.
Yes.
Our favorites.
Yeah.
J Money is working on Ramona's computer, trying to get it unfrozen. She's like, I tried all day. I couldn't do it. And J Money's like, I did it. I'm good with computers now.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably the weakest part of the episode. The fact that J Money is suddenly a computer wizard.
J Money is suddenly really good with tech. And
yeah.
It does kind of come out of nowhere and is a bit jarring. I thought his life's purpose was to become a barista, which was his only other talent that we saw. That and theater.
He is good at kicking footballs.
Right, theater and singing.
And barista.
Yeah.
He can kick things, he can sing, and he can make coffee.
It's a very particular set of skills.
Yeah.
He's a triple threat.
Very particular set of skills.
Skills that make him a nightmare for people like the College Board.
But yeah, so he fixes Ramona's laptop and gives her adequate shame for watching The Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, a lot of people watch that, but I guess it is a guilty pleasure. And much inferior to the actual Bachelor.
Harrison, tell me more about Bachelor in Paradise.
I haven't seen The Bachelor.
I want you. No,
Zach.
Zach, you be quiet. I want Harrison specifically to talk for a while about Bachelor in Paradise.
Okay, it's Harrison's turn to talk at length about something.
Well, from what I understand, I have only seen a little bit of Bachelor in Paradise, but from what I understand, it's about the rejects from The Bachelor and The Bachelorette who all get together on an island and they don't have the weird restrictions on sex or whatever. So it's just like a lot of relationship drama. Yeah.
Thank you
So
very much.
unlike The Bachelor, which is all an extended courting ritual, The Bachelor in Paradise is sort of a lot.
I just liked how much you were defending Bachelor in Paradise, being like, it's fine. I mean, it's a good show. I I was just like, I want you to keep going. I really want you to keep going. We should keep going.
Yes.
Ramona has a bunch of flyers from colleges on the East Coast.
Ooh.
Yeah.
J Money coincidentally got a flyer from the local Blackjack Academy. I think it was.
Addressed to current resident, which of course means J Money.
Yep.
So does J Money also know how to play blackjack?
That could be another one of his very weird and particular talents.
Has he taken up their offer, or is he just the resident to which this is addressed?
I guess so.
This scene has some good jokes. I liked him being so proud of being current resident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works. Like, it fits in with J Money's character.
Yeah.
Like, of course he's happy to be the resident. He just wants to be included.
I love how he assumes he's the resident.
Yeah.
Like, no one else is.
Of course.
Oh, no. It couldn't possibly be anyone else.
It couldn't be any of the
No.
800 people who live in this house.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know if you guys know this, but this house is pretty full.
I would say it's fuller.
It's even full.
But it's not the full list.
Not yet.
However,
Not yet it isn't.
whatever amount full you think it is, it's fuller. There are more people there.
That's true.
It's full of people, and you know what? It's also full of love.
Aww.
When you think about it, it's a story about family, and that's what's so strong about it.
Speaking of family, Steph feels. It's a bit early for the transition, but there's also
You were a
very
little
good
premature
joke.
with that, Zach.
I know, but I see the opportunity and I take
I know.
We're very
I know.
big fans of the few Fast and the Furious movies we've seen, and this gave us a great outlet for that love.
I've only seen Hobbs and
episode.
Shaw.
Oh right, you never saw Furious 7.
I've only seen Fast and
I don't
Furious
even
presents
remember.
You need to
Hobbs
see
and Shaw.
Furious 7.
I don't even
Okay,
remember
guys,
if I saw Furious 7 with you.
anyone watching at home, please watch the Fast and the Furious movies. They're a great time.
Okay. Is that going to be our next?
Yeah.
When we're done with Four House, we're just going to do Fast and the Furious?
I know a few things about the franchise. I know it's about cars. I know it's about family.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that the thing about street fights is that the street always wins.
Always
Well,
wins. The best line in all of cinema history
also happen
from
to know,
Furious 7.
That it's about drive, it's about power. We devour.
Oh my god.
Harrison got the reference.
So anyway,
There's also
Look at Harrison trying to keep us on track today.
There's also a wonderful scene in this first part where J Money says he doesn't want to go to college because he's J Money, and of course he doesn't.
Yep.
And DJ's
Yeah,
like,
of course
no, you can't. You gotta go to college. Even Steph pretend went to college, even though she spent all her money on. I forget what specifically.
She said Steph took her tuition and drank her way through Portugal.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's just a running theme in all of the first scenes in every episode that Steph has a drinking problem. Steph doesn't even have to be present in the scene for it to happen.
I was going to text
So
you
weird.
guys last week because late at night I had a realization. Hey, I think the past 3 to 5 episodes in the first scene, there's a joke about Steph drinking too much.
it's just
And that was before we even watched this, where it happens again. Every single episode, the first scene, there's a reference to Steph's binge drinking.
I mean, my big thing is that Steph isn't even present in the scene, and it's brought up.
It's her problem is too powerful.
Yes.
And they always couch it in oh yeah, Steph used to drink a lot, but Steph still drinks a lot.
Oh yeah. But then there's the next scene where Steph is in the kitchen now, and she's saying, well, now, Danny Tanny has got the baby, so I'm going to have the day to myself. I'm going to meditate and have a grand old time. And
Wait,
then
Zach, we missed the inciting incident of the episode when DJ picks up the one West Coast flyer that Ramona received.
Right, yes.
For her very real university, California University.
Yep.
CU.
Such a stupid name for a school. Like state name university. That's so dumb. I went to New York University. Fuck that.
Exactly.
How lazy and dumb.
I know. Like, what the fuck, Mark? That's like very obviously not a real school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, they're going to name it as after a region now? Zach goes to Northeastern.
Yeah, that's very much not a real. Oh, like, could you imagine like naming it after like a region, but it's not even in that region, naming it like Northwestern and putting it in like Chicago?
Zach throwing some shade at Northwestern
too. Like,
listen,
University.
It's the unofficial rivalry.
Oh my god.
Is that true? Is that true? And it's just based on the names?
Like, I'm pretty like every Northeastern student in their life, and if you go to Northeastern, I'm sure you can relate to this, has told people, oh yeah, I'm going to Northeastern, and then people are like, oh yeah, Northwestern in Chicago. Wow, you're so smart. And it's like, no, it's not that.
Because they get confused. Just they don't know.
They're like, oh, I thought you said Weast.
Northwestern.
It's
quirky.
This apparently has been another segment of we work through some stuff on mic on the podcast.
But yeah.
But anyway, so DJ decides, in her infinite wisdom, to convince her son to go to college by dragging her to her nostalgic alma mater.
Also, I don't think we said, again, Ramona wants to go to an East Coast school. She's only looking at East Coast schools. And Kimmy does not want her to go to college so far away. So Kimmy also wants to take Ramona to convince her to stay on the West Coast.
Right. And then Steph talks about meditation. And then she goes to the living room to meditate. And then the Fast and the Furious scene happens.
Not to anything. Yes. I do want to spotlight one more line that I really liked from Kimmy, where Kimmy says to DJ, like, maybe it's okay if, you know, J Money doesn't go to college. You know, I didn't get into, or doesn't go to California University. You know, I didn't get into my first choice schools, and now I live in your attic.
Yeah,
that was good.
I forget. She may even say, like, and look at me now. I live in an attic.
Yeah, exactly.
I really
that's a line that only Kimmy Gibbler can pull off.
She's the only person in the world who lives in an attic.
Yeah. But yes. Then we go to the Fast and the Furious scene because Steph is going to relax, but in the living room, the boys.
The boys. I wrote it as Da Boys in my notes.
Da Boys.
Yep.
Steve, Fernando, and Jimmy are watching the Fast and the Furious movies. And then Steph's like, you can't be here. You have to go get your tuxes fitted. Did you not see it on DJ's bridal calendar? And they're like, oh shit, we gotta go now. And it's one of my favorite interactions in the show.
They all stand up in unison and say, DJ's bridal calendar.
Like, they know. Yeah. They know the consequences.
So they rush out, and Steve's like, I'll drive. And Fernando's like, what do you mean you'll drive? I'm the famous race car driver here. Which I feel like should have been responded with, Fernando, you've caused more crashes than anybody in Formula One history. I'm not letting you drive.
You have blood on your hands.
Fernando has killed.
Here's my thing about it. I don't care if Fernando is killed. You know, like, fuck those guys. I don't care.
Damn.
I just want to spotlight the thing that I really love, which is that every single time Fernando mentions his profession, he does not just say that he's a race car driver. He is a famous race car driver.
Famous race car driver.
We have seen that fame once.
Is what matters.
Yes.
Only one person
knows,
him.
Which really shows the state of Formula One in the US.
Yep.
It's like soccer. It's a bigger appeal internationally.
And I do get it. Steve has a right to be like, you've killed a lot of people with your car. I don't feel comfortable driving with you. But like, I think what we should be focusing on is that he's a very famous race car driver.
Yes.
Famous,
Yeah.
probably because he's killed so many
Well,
people.
he has to emphasize that he's famous because otherwise he would have to say that he's good at race car driving, which he's not. So,
I mean, he's come in a
it's very
respectable
different
fifth place
statement.
after crashing everybody else.
Do you think he's famous separately from the crash thing? Or is it just like, oh, Fernando, he's the guy who crashes all the time.
Oh,
he's the
for
guy
sure the
who's
second
killed
one.
5 people.
For sure, it's the second one.
Nobody knows anything about him
Yes.
except for that.
Yeah.
But he's technically famous.
Yeah. Famous race car driver, serial murderer, and Latin lover.
Yep.
But another important thing that I think
He's
we
a
need
triple
to bring
threat.
up is they rush out and Jimmy's like, okay, before we leave, we got to do the Fast and the Furious howl, and they go 3, 2, 1, family, which is absolutely wonderful.
Oh, wait, guys. I think we should take that from the top.
Okay, yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Family. And we're recording remotely. Like, it's hard to sync up. That worked.
Yeah.
That worked out.
Worked pretty well.
It worked.
So,
We go to the college tour. The set is exactly how I imagined it.
you were a genius for bringing up hacky sack.
Yeah.
Oh, I think someone
first
brought
thing
up
they
hacky
show.
sack, like at the very
Where's
beginning.
Mark?
Mark did.
Yeah.
And literally at the very beginning, it's just 2 people playing hacky sack for like 2 seconds, and then they move out of the way as if they had heard Mark, and they were like, "Ooh, that's a good idea. We'll throw that in."
It's 2 people playing hacky sack on the smallest quad you've ever seen.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
2 seconds, and then they walk away.
I think I saw people playing hacky sack when I went on college tours in like 2016. I have not seen a single person playing hacky sack since then.
Do you think that they just like plant them for the tours?
Oh yeah,
No one has ever actually played hacky sack, but they just have a couple people where it's like, they're coming, go, go.
I would not put that past most colleges to like plant people for tours.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Apparently, certain schools have started banning walking backwards on tours because people get hurt doing it.
Oh yeah. That's like the joke I've heard at every college tour I went on in like 2016. It's like, I'm gonna be walking backwards, so if I run into anything, let me know, because I can't see.
Yeah, I thought that was just like a skill they all developed, that they're all just like really good at walking backwards, but I didn't know there were so many Fernando-style crashes. How many people do you think have died from walking backwards during college campus tours?
It's gotta be like at least 12.
7. Somewhere between 7 and 12. Yes.
Yeah.
Tyler, where between 7 and 12 do you think the number lies? Let us know,
Like a
please.
nice round 10, probably.
Yeah. Don't speak for Tyler.
Well, that's my guess. Tyler
Okay,
can-
that's your guess. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I think 10 might be a little high. No, actually, you're right. I think it's 10 because I think when you get into double digits, that's when
That's
people
when
are
it
like,
becomes a
we
problem.
have to
That's when
address
they
this.
ban it.
Yeah.
You know, it was
It's like,
9
oh,
for
man,
a while,
you know.
and we were like, it's fine, nobody cares. And then it gets to 10,
Yeah.
and you're like, somebody has to do something about this.
It's like, oh shit, 9 deaths. Like, oh, it's whatever. We'll just move on with it. Oh shit, 10 deaths. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the breaking point.
Oh,
Tyler seems
It's
to agree with
bad.
10. I think we have flawless logic.
Yep.
My first note about the tour is that DJ is obnoxious.
Yes.
she is wearing a full cheerleader outfit.
Yep. Which she was before.
Yeah, that is the worst thing you could possibly do. That's like wearing your high school varsity jacket outside.
Yeah.
Even though there was a whole thing earlier where Kimmy says, we're going to a college, let me get my cheerleader outfit. And DJ says, you were never a cheerleader. And she says, like, well, I was also never a Rat King, Mrs. Doubtfire, a big sandwich, etc. All
Yeah,
callbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she doesn't wear the cheerleader outfit DJ does.
Yeah. So like,
Yep.
was DJ a cheerleader then? Is she like, it's fine to be a full adult woman going to a college campus in a cheerleader outfit. It's just you have to have been a cheerleader.
Yeah, that's the real thing
She
here.
is very good at doing high kicks.
Yeah.
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
Very
so maybe
athletic.
she was. Maybe she
But
was
yeah,
a cheerleader.
DJ is the worst. there's like a throwaway comment where the tour guide's like, yeah, we went, where it's like, this is the first time that like my tour has been asked to leave a class. And DJ's like, well, I knew all the answers to the questions. Like, I'm just smart. Like, I got that perfect GPA in school. By the way, did I mention I went to school here?
Did I mention that I am an alumnus?
An alumnus of the...
Her alumnus is off the charts.
Yeah.
I do like that the tour guide does actually become friends with DJ.
Yes.
Because turns out they're in the same sorority. Delta Upsilon Delta, or DUD, which
they're duds.
Yeah, they're duds.
Yep.
And so that means I am uniquely qualified to talk about this episode, guys, because it's about Greek life, and I'm the only one here who is in a fraternity.
Well, Harrison was literally in a fraternity called Beta, so
That's true. Yeah.
You called yourselves betas, unironically.
Yeah,
so
that's almost like
betas.
being, hey everybody, come celebrate with the soy boys.
Yeah.
We're Cuck House over here.
Well, Beta is still standing while AE Pi Alpha got in trouble for having a coke ring. So
what?
Screw them. Yeah, they got kicked off because. Yeah.
So who are the real cucks?
Is now a bad time for me to mention that a lot of my family members are AEPI?
Well, they're not affiliated with the present day Emory AEPI,
No.
so no.
No, not Emory, but
Yeah. But yeah, Emory's Beta's still standing. AEPI's president had a coke ring. And
Shit.
he got in trouble for it.
okay.
Why? That sounds rad as hell.
I know, right? Well, they were put on like probation for that, I think, or something like that. And then they got in trouble because they did like the Edward 40 hands thing, where they like tape beer to your hands. I don't really get the appeal, but
I've seen people do that before. It's not fun. But I'm just imagining the fucking university president going up and be like, oh, this fraternity's got a coke ring? That's fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
I'm now imagining Animal House if instead of them doing like wacky pranks and stuff, it was just them doing cocaine. I know they were like doing drugs and drinking and everything, but I mean only cocaine.
Only cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's their weight loss program.
Well, you
Oh
gotta
my
drop the
God.
freshman 15 somehow.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
You gotta drop it somehow.
Well, anyway, back in DJ's day, Dud was the best sorority, but much like a lot of fraternities and sororities nowadays, it is not doing so hot since the 80s/90s, because now Dud only has 4 members, which that's really sad. That's like troubling.
But it's not doing so hot because of societal changes and changing attitudes about the practices of Greek life.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not because of actual reasons.
No.
It's because their golden cup got taken or something.
They lost
like
the
that.
No,
golden
Harrison,
cap. You were
they
so
lost
close.
the bronze
It's the
cap, Harrison.
Golden cap,
It's like
The
yeah.
bronze cap.
the bronze cap.
Bronze
You
cap.
fucking
The
idiot.
bronze
You
cap.
fucking stupid beta soy boy cuck.
Beta Theta Pi, repping it.
That just makes you a beta cuck.
Well, Adam West was in my fraternity, so there you go.
Yeah, he was also a soy boy beta cuck.
Yeah, and now he's dead. How does that make you feel?
Whoa!
We're having fun here. Nothing but love for Adam West and any
nothing but
betas
love
out
for
there.
Adam West.
We're more
Yeah.
making fun
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
term than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
She also says, like, yeah, we were the biggest thing, but then we lost the bronze cap, and she says we haven't had that. They haven't had the bronze cap since around the time DJ graduated. So, like, DJ, you dropped the ball there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck? Well, it said the last time they had it was
DJ
DJ's
senior
year,
year.
so I
Yeah.
guess
So,
DJ's
you done fucked up there, DJ.
Done fucked it up.
Because she also, well, hold on. First of all, she also noted that she was the president of the sorority. So this happened under her watch. DJ is the cause of this problem.
Or she at least left the sorority in the wrong hands.
she left it in the wrong hands.
Left the bronze cap, the most important object on the campus,
Yes.
in the wrong hands.
in the hands of the I forget what the rival sorority is called.
It's
Zeta.
It was like
Delta,
Zeta,
Beta,
something like that.
yeah, or it's like
Zeta,
Beta, Gamma.
Zeta, Beta, Gamma. Okay.
Yeah. They call themselves Zeta
ZBG.
Beta Gamma. That's why I remembered that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So DJ's like, hey, what if I came up with this idea and we just went to their party and stole the bronze cap back?
Yep.
This could only go well.
Well, this is a very common thing with fraternities and sororities, so it rang true, but it is very silly.
But the tour guide looks over at J Money and Ramona, presumably being like, "You were here for a college tour, right?"
Yeah.
And Ramona said, Ramona points to DJ and Kimmy and says, "We met them on the bus. I don't know."
Yeah. It's one of those things where like,
Love
oh
Ramona.
God. Yeah, it's those very weird experiences where it's like, oh, my mom's talking at this college tour. I'm just gonna pretend I don't know you. If either of you had those moments, because I have.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah.
A little bit. I never got anything as bad as that question one mom asked on your NYU tour.
Oh yeah.
Mark.
It was
I think
in
about
the,
all the time.
Wait, what?
apparently
best
in like the
question
Q&A
ever.
session, someone was asking a reasonable question for most college tours about like,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
dining
right,
and
yeah.
what
I
happens if
remember
it's,
this now.
1 a.m. and my child wants some food. And I think the person leading the Q&A said like, it's New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's New York.
Yeah.
Literally walk outside.
The
and
city
you will
that
find
never
5
sleeps.
places to eat.
I had an experience one time. Sorry, Mom. My like the first college tour I ever went on.
You
my mom
did
asked
cocaine at
in
your...
front- My mom asked if there were bars nearby and like what the drinking scene was like in front of a bunch of underage kids, and I was just like, I don't drink and I'm underage, so I'm just gonna like not.
It's a
Yeah.
funny question anyway. It's extra funny because you don't drink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, was she asking for herself?
Yeah, like I don't know why she asked that question. She's about
She was
like parties and
probably
bars and
hoping you would
drinking and
go
stuff like that,
bad.
and I was like, no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just.
And again, like, no shade to the person who asked the question about food. It's a question I've heard at other college Q&As.
Yeah.
It's a valid question.
Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
It's just, it was
It's
funny
a
that the
valid
response
question.
is
It
like,
was like,
it's New York City. Things are open.
yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, if we haven't like mentioned it on the podcast before, my big joke about NYU I went to NYU. I did go to NYU.
Yes.
Is what that
Yeah.
joke was earlier.
Mhm.
If you
Mhm.
didn't figure it out.
And I went to Northeastern, not Northwestern. I know that was confusing.
And Harrison was a soy boy beta cuck.
Yes.
I was a soy boy beta cook at 2 schools. I transferred, and they both had beta. So, yeah.
Yeah, two schools for soy boy beta cucks.
Anyway,
Yeah.
new scene. Berta is getting tuxes for the guys.
Berta is back.
Hell yeah.
They do a very clean, like, Berta's like, okay, come out and let me see the tuxes. And they all open the curtains simultaneously in 3 different
Yep.
dressing
And
rooms, and it looks
leap out.
clean as hell. And they all come
Yeah.
out, and they're looking suave as fuck.
Fucking fine.
I do question one comment Berta makes here.
Yep.
Because she says, like, Fernando, your tux. Excellent. Wonderful maroon James Bond looking tux. Steve, also great tux. My signature look. And you look like James Bond's, like, tax accountant or whoever.
Yeah.
The guy who does James Bond's taxes.
Yeah. And then Jimmy, your tux looks like James Bond's mother's, like, curtains or something. But it's her tux.
Yeah. She
carries
sold
that
it
tux.
to him.
Unless
Unless
Jimmy
he brought
brought
his
it
own
from
tux.
home.
Yeah.
And he's like, I already own this. I'm not buying it from you. I just want to be a part of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guys start talking about like, hey, maybe for the wedding we should all have like one defined look for the 3 of us. And they all
Yeah, that
and
makes
Steve and
sense.
Fernando start arguing because
Yep.
they each think it should be their tux. So they're like, hey Jimmy,
Yeah.
what do you think? And he's like, I'll tell you what I think. I'm gonna call Steph so she tells me what to think. And then he calls Steph and Steph's like, no. And Jimmy's like, okay, she said no.
Important to note, he calls Steph and Steph is fully asleep.
Yes.
He wakes her up, and as she groggily gets up, she says, "I don't want to go to school, Dad. G is gonna make me smoke," which is
which
is wonderful.
One, very funny. Two, a reference to hit comedy Full House.
Remember Full House?
In the episode where Gia pressures Stephanie to smoke. Remember Full House. But 3, I just want to say that because it is an actual joke, that might be my favorite reference to Full House that they've made.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
Well, are you saying your favorite reference is not when they stare into the camera for 5 minutes wondering where the hell Michelle is?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Second favorite reference.
God. Well,
okay, sorry.
Yes.
It's staring into the camera for 5 full minutes.
Yes.
Then it's, oh my gosh, Steph has driven another car through the wall. Who could have seen this coming?
They're both Steph references.
Oh my god.
And now it's, I don't want to go to school, Dad. Gia's gonna make me smoke.
Yep.
I love that she's having nightmares about that one episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Despite her binge drink, she drinks to forget.
She drinks to forget.
She drinks to forget that one time people peer pressured her into smoking.
Yep.
A very special episode of Full.
Oh my god. But yeah. But they're like, well, no, I think it cuts after that.
Well, no. They're like, well, we gotta find someone with real style. Someone who knows. No, but it's now.
Okay, it's now.
Yeah, someone who knows their suits. Someone who's an expert in fashion. And then Max walks in.
Yep.
And we were all like, who are they going to bring in? Is it Jesse? Is it Matt? We wanted it to be Matt because we wanted to complete
obviously.
Du Bois.
Yeah, complete Du Bois. TM.
Yep.
I just want a boy band of Fernando, Steve, Jimmy, Matt, and J Money can be there too.
Yeah, I have a name suggestion for them.
What's the name?
What?
Well, I think they need to play very like loud, bombastic music. And I think they should be called the Noise Boys.
The Noise Boys. The Noise Boys.
Which I just want to say, if we want to, follow our dream of becoming a boy band, that could also be our name.
Well, we're the Good Time Boys.
I know, but I also like the Noise Boys.
We're already the Good Time. It's like it's already the boy band name is already there.
You're right. I'm sorry. I've been so foolish.
We gotta like strike the iron while it's hot. I mean, who are they gonna remember more, the Good Time Boys or the Noise Boys?
Well, you're always gonna have a good time when you listen to the Good Time Boys. That goes for the podcast and our new EP coming soon.
Featured on SoundCloud.
Yeah, we're SoundCloud rappers now.
But I just want to point out again, instead of cutting after some random Jimmy Steph exchange, the scene does actually have a comedic button with Max walking in. And when Max walked in, we were like, oh, yeah, of course it's Max. That's the punchline. That's the correct punchline to the joke.
And then we go to the party?
The gang, they go to ZBG to steal the bronze cap.
And they break into the worst sorority party ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
5 people there.
Nobody is there.
Nobody is there. No cocaine in sight.
No.
I will say
they're not alphas.
This is the one moment where me having a fraternity, whatever background, it doesn't actually matter, where it's actually kind of useful, because I know that sorority lodges are like notoriously boring. Like you can't do anything in them because they have their insurance policies are so ironclad that so they just go to like other people's parties. They don't like throw any events themselves.
So cocaine is illegal at sororities.
Yeah.
Just bring cocaine to your party. That's the alpha mentality.
Yeah, you can do cocaine anywhere else, but not sororities.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. It's basically the Wild West outside the sorority house.
Oh, yeah. No laws exist outside of this house.
So, yeah, they're in the party and they start partying it up.
Yep. A girl comes over and says, like, aren't you a little old to be at a sorority party? And there's a line that I really liked where Kimmy says, you just think we're a little old? Like, she's so touched.
There's actually also some really fun
good.
IMDb trivia for this. Because the girl from ZBG who talks to them is actually played by Candace Cameron Bure's real life daughter.
Ah.
Whoa, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
An actual interesting IMDb trivia.
They should have had a line where she's like, "You're old enough to be my mother," and then she looks in the camera for 5 minutes. And then like someone
Thank
from
God
the
they
crew
didn't do
walks
that.
in with a sign that says, "This is Candace Cameron Bure's daughter." That's the joke.
Oh no!
Oh my god. No, John Stamos walks out with a sign. Like,
Yeah. And then another person walks in with a sign that just has a huge arrow, and so it points to her. And then another person walks in and it says, "The arrow is in case you didn't realize who that was referencing. We just wanted to make it clear. We thought it was pretty subtle."
but yeah, that's like actually interesting IMDb trivia.
Yeah, it's a neat piece of trivia. We liked this episode.
Yeah, it's a nice
Yeah,
episode.
this episode's
Pretty
really
much every
good.
scene had more than one joke that made me laugh.
Yeah, it was good.
We had a lot of fun.
It was a fun episode.
Kimmy tries to get Ramona to limbo. Ramona has a very good line read where she was like, Kimmy's like, "Who wants to limbo? You girl over there. Don't you?" And Ramona says, "I guess I do."
Well, it's great because she's like very much like she's like hiding on like J Money's shoulder, like no, and it's like, "I guess I'm gonna limbo now," which is again, Ramona is down for anything, albeit reluctantly this time.
Ramona's
But
down for anything.
Yeah.
She gets very into it like immediately after.
Yeah. The limboing doesn't seem to go anywhere because then DJ's immediately like, "We need to clear the room." And Kimmy says,
Yeah.
"I know what to
Yeah.
do. Hey, everybody, free concert out on the quad. Boy George is here." And everyone's like, "Boy George, who is that?"
Oh my god, Boy George.
My
Who
favorite
is Boy
comment is
George?
from the Dud member, the tour guide, because she says, "I want to be down with this, but who's Boy George?"
And then Ramona's like, just say Billie Eilish. And Kimmy's like, "My mistake. It's not Boy George. Billy Idol is here, everybody."
Yep. It's
So good.
great. Then Ramona takes charge and says, "She means Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish is here." And everybody starts running out.
Yeah.
DJ has to like hold J Money back and say like, "J Money, where are you going?" And he says, "Well, I'm not gonna miss Billie Eilish."
Yeah. That was very good.
So
That was very, very good.
DJ just buttons it with, "Oh, you really should consider college."
Yeah.
It's really
It's
good.
a good episode.
Yep. I never want DJ to be right, but she has a really good line where she says like, "Yeah, maybe consider college." I also want to talk about one thing,
Yes.
which is that they establish in this episode that like Steph didn't go to college.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
maybe they established that before. I feel like there was some
it
episode
was
where there's a
established
joke
before,
about
yeah.
Steph saying like that she like dropped out.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
understand it's different, even if there's someone in your family who didn't go to college and everything's fine, that it's like your child. But also like I kind of wanted J Money to be like, "But Mom, Steph didn't go to college."
Yeah. And look at her.
Yeah. That's true.
Look at her. She
And we
lives in
only
your
make
house.
Jokes about her alcoholism every other day.
Yeah. look at her. She drinks gallons of alcohol every day and she lives in your house. That could be me.
She changes her job every season.
This could be us.
This could be us, but you want me to go to college.
Yeah.
Not everyone needs to go to college, by the way, just to clarify our stance on it.
We all
Not
went to
everyone
college.
needs to
Yeah.
go to college.
Harrison and Mark both
Yeah.
have degrees. I'm still working on that.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I'll have a degree in less than a year. It's fine.
This has been another segment of We Work Some Stuff Out on Mike during the podcast.
Welcome to another segment of doxing ourselves on the podcast.
Is it doxing ourselves? Anyway.
Yeah, I don't
No.
They
but-
are alone in the room, and DJ picks up the golden cap and activates a room of lasers.
Yeah, I
'Cause-
hate to
Yeah.
interrupt you
Wow.
into by far the craziest and most interesting scene in the episode. Not the most interesting scene. This was far from my favorite scene, but by far the craziest scene. This is actually a classic example of there's another scene in between these two moments in Fuller
Oh,
House.
fuck, really?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened?
Max hates all the tuxes.
Well, we're back at the dress shop. Yeah.
Well, back to the tuxes, obviously, but I don't remember.
Well,
Obviously,
Max
I didn't
hates
remember
all
the
of them.
scene, so
Max hates
what
all of them,
happens?
even the one Steve is wearing, which is Berta's signature tux.
Well, it's funny that she gets offended the most there because she didn't even like that tux the most. So
well, here's the thing. I don't think it's that she didn't like the tux the most. I know she
it's
said
just
Fernando looked like
Fernando's so
James Bond.
suave.
I think she just likes Fernando the most.
Yeah.
right, because he's
Yeah, I think Fernando looks like a
Fernando.
suave spy, and Steve looks like the accountant for a suave spy.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Jimmy looks like a clown.
Yeah. Jimmy looks like a clown.
Yeah.
But Berta is so insulted that she says, "You know what? No tuxedos for you, and also no wedding dresses. I'm canceling the wedding dress order.
Oh no!
I have too much power."
And this 10-year-old said he didn't like my
Yeah.
clothes, so I'm destroyed. So no clothes for your family.
I like that she gets so offended by the 10-year-old.
He doesn't even like do anything. He just says, "I don't like it." Essentially.
Well, guys, it is her signature tux that he doesn't like. And I mean, if someone didn't like my signature work, I would definitely ruin their wedding.
Yeah. It's like, if someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, I listened to your podcast. It sucks." I'd be like, "Wow, fuck you. You've lost phone privileges." And I just take away their phone and run away.
I like the idea of saying you lost phone privileges and then taking someone's phone.
It's like, "I don't like your podcast." "Oh yeah? Well, I don't like your phone. It's mine now."
I legitimately thought you were going to be like, someone says, "Hey, I don't like your podcast." And you're like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm going to burn your house down."
Both are valid responses. You have to like this podcast.
Yeah.
If
If not, we will burn your house
we will
down.
murder you.
I really like the idea of you've lost telling a stranger you've lost phone privileges. And by that, I mean, I'm going to steal your phone.
Oh yeah, because that's weird and not threatening to burn their house down. Yep.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm saying I think it's funny. I'm saying I think it was a funny idea. I'm not saying it's weirder
Okay.
than burning their house down.
Thank you.
I was saying I'm still laughing at that contradiction.
It does directly address the problem of them having Spotify to listen to their podcast.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah,
Can't listen to the podcast without a phone.
that's true.
I'm going to use that phone to listen to all of the episodes of the Fullest House podcast.
But Berta decides to ruin the triple wedding.
Yep.
And Jimmy texts Steph, ruining her relaxation.
Yeah, though she doesn't get angry about it. She just enters into damage control mode.
Well, I think what happens is she looks at her phone. She's been meditating. She looks at her phone and goes, "What?" And then the scene ends.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we can
back
say
to the
she's so calm right now. Maybe she screamed for 20 minutes before going over to Berta's.
There was one missed opportunity with this scene, which was we never saw Jimmy shout anxiety.
Yeah.
Anxiety.
I want that joke to come back, and they haven't done it yet.
They should have made it a catchphrase.
They really should have. It would have been very good. Anxiety. But yes, anyways, meanwhile, back at the lasers.
Yep. We go back to the lasers.
J Money, in a stroke of pure coincidence, J Money's like, "Oh, it's a laser system. I use the same thing in my room because I was tired of Max touching my shit. So I'm just gonna direct you through the maze of lasers."
Well, he immediately says, "I'm just joking."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't.
He doesn't actually.
Yeah,
have
it was.
he doesn't actually have the laser system.
Yeah.
But
It was a very. But he does.
But he
know
knows
a lot about the laser
system.
He hacks into it.
Yeah, he does the whole hacker voice I'm in thing.
Everything in this show has told us that J Money is a complete dummy who doesn't know how to do anything, and in this episode, he's hacking.
Yep.
He's hacked. He also says that the system has the same hardware as a cell phone.
Guys,
wait, okay, what?
I
Mark,
just
you had a
realized it's
revelation?
brilliant foreshadowing. Earlier, there was a hacky sack, and now he hacks into the computer.
Oh no, it was intentional. Oh god. The hacky sack is subliminal messaging to get involved in the California University computer science program.
I thought he was gonna. He was gonna join in with some freshmen playing hacky sack on the quad. That was my prediction going in. Turns out he hacks in a different way.
Oh my god, Mark, you're a genius. Oh my god. But anyway, yes, he
That's
directs
great.
a very
I don't mean
real
to
DJ
interrupt.
through the laser wire trap, the laser wire thing. And it's like a very real DJ, not a stunt double at all. She does like cartwheels and flips and shit over the lasers.
Well, they're paying homage to Entrapment, right?
Yeah.
Catherine Zeta-Jones,
Of course.
which
Every-
I have not seen, but
Sure.
Tyler and Mark were aware of
Yeah.
it.
Everybody's favorite film.
Yeah.
There are a couple of other things I want to point out about this, which is one, he's doing the very specific, like, okay, now stand up, shimmy down, one step to your left. Every time he gives her an instruction, she like moves a lot. When he says stand up, she doesn't just like stand, but stay with her feet planted in the same place as if a laser is coming towards her. She like fully moves her feet, and she's not doing very well at the laser grid, but that's okay because of my point number 2. There aren't a lot of lasers, and they are very slow
you can
moving.
probably figure out how to get out of this
Yeah.
without J money. It's not like you needed an instruction booklet.
Yeah. Seeing it, I was like, I could get through this. Oh my
But
gosh,
there
it
is
was
a
another
risk.
foreshadow. Like I said, I thought the limbo wasn't going anywhere. The limboing was setting this up.
Oh my god, Mark, you're a
Obviously.
genius.
Shit, you're right.
You are a genius,
Yeah.
Mark.
Should have been Ramona. Should have been Ramona going through the lasers.
It should have been Ramona. You're right. Yeah, this is right up her alley. But DJ gets out of it with her superhuman skills.
She avoided the
then,
near certain blindness.
I like that.
Yeah, J Money says that there was a near certain blindness could have happened.
I guess the lasers blind people. Seems like a high risk for protecting the golden cap, but okay.
So we go from all of that back to Berta's bridal shop.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Yay!
Steph arrives. She tells Max to apologize to Berta. And Max pulls one of those, I'm sorry, Berta, because I can't apologize because I'm
sorry
right.
for being right.
Yeah.
Ayo.
And it's like, Max, you're ruining 3 weddings.
Your mom's wedding,
Yeah.
your aunt's wedding, and your surrogate aunt's wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chill, bro.
Nobody's going to get any tuxes or wedding dresses because you can't say, I'm sorry. You can't lie for 2 seconds and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Yeah. You're pissing off 3 bridezillas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Get over yourself.
Ruining 3 It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's he's burning it all down.
Yep. But Steph gives a passionate speech, gives an impassioned plea to Berta to change her mind. But Berta does not care. Berta no care.
Berta no care.
She I love that she says her heart is cold and dead and full of minerals, just like Russia.
Much
Her
like her
homeland.
homeland, her heart is cold and dead and full of minerals.
Yes.
Great.
Which is a very
Love
good
it.
line. Yep. Again, Andrea Barber should write more things.
We're not spotlighting every single line. In fact, there's one that I think we did not mention at all that I had written down, where when Steph walks in on Du Bois watching Fast and Furious, she says, "What are you doing here?" And Fernando says, "I live here." And Steve says, "No, you don't." And Fernando says, "Then why am I always hanging out here? Like, then why am I always here?" Which the answer is because they don't lock the door.
Yeah.
He just sneaks in. But that was so good. It's sort of like, it's just so good. I live here. No, you don't.
Oh my god.
You functionally live here, but no, you don't live here.
Oh my god.
But then Max, listening to Stephanie's speech, has a change of heart, and he compliments Berta's tuxes and speaks in a little Russian to appease her, and she gives in and
It's
gives
well
them
received.
all stuff.
Yep. But Steph, as she leaves, vetoes Jimmy's tux, which is good. Every scene has a little comedic button, like scenes in a comedy or even not a comedy should. I was even when I was in school, when I was writing, when I was in an hour-long drama writing class, we got the note, every scene should have a button, and every scene has a button. It's a good episode of show.
Right.
Yeah.
It's good. Speaking of good things in this show, we go back to the quad.
Back to the quad.
Yep, my favorite Robert Zemeckis time travel movie, Back to the Quad.
Back to the quad.
I feel like I made that same joke last episode. And Kimmy and Ramona walk out. They've had a great day. And Kimmy's like, so everything was so great. That means you are going to go to college in California now?
Which is exactly how your first college tour is supposed to go. I don't. Whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, Timmy is optimistic, and Ramona's like, "No, I still want to go to the East Coast."
Yeah, she has a very sweet speech about.
Yeah.
You taught me that life is an adventure, and well, now it's time for me to have that adventure. I want to go and see new places, and it's the love and care that you gave me that gives me the confidence to go out and forge my own path.
Yeah.
And then she says, and hey, my dorm is always open.
And that's
Which
pretty cute.
Which is very cute.
And then Kimmy's like, but actually
So
don't do that
cute.
because that's dangerous.
Yeah.
And which brings up the
That's dangerous.
question,
Especially-
why do you
Also
do it?
cute. Also cute. But yeah, also does bring up the question of why they
Yeah,
do it
yeah.
in San
Yeah.
Francisco.
It's not okay for her dorm, but it's okay for your
The
house.
Yeah.
To be fair, Kimmy lives in the attic. It's going to take any intruder a while to get there.
I guess
They might weirdly assume that nobody lives in the attic.
Yeah, wow, that would be weird. That would be embarrassing.
Well, clearly this is not a proper resolution to the plot line. What we actually need is an Oscar award-winning drama where Ramona hooks up with Timothée Chalamet, goes to New York, throws up at a party, and then realizes that it was all better at home all along.
Oh, like
and
Dune.
everyone cries.
It's like
Yeah,
Dune.
that's what
Yes.
happens in Dune, right?
Yeah, that's what happens in
Exactly.
Dune.
Yeah, totally.
I love Dune. Loved it. Yeah.
How you Dune?
How you doing? Ramona has too much spice.
But yes, then we go back to the house.
Well,
and DJ. Oh, sorry.
I wanted to spend a little more time in this scene because we complain all the time about how the show never makes Kimmy or DJ or any of the parents grow or change. It's always like anytime they have to learn to let go a little and see that their child is growing up, it usually resolves in a place where it's like, but, they were right. And really, the child has to apologize for not wanting them to intrude too much on their life. And this is the one time where it's like, yeah, Kimmy has to learn a lesson. And yes, it's very sweet and they're still going to love each other. But Ramona's becoming an adult and is going to have to live a whole life that might
it's
not,
really
that might take her away from Kimmy. This is literally the kind of resolution we have been begging for to any of these plot lines.
Yeah,
From the
since,
beginning of
season
this
1.
series. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to spend this extra time to just say, I appreciate this resolution so much. We have literally been begging for something like this the entirety of this show.
Yeah.
And they really nailed it. It was very sweet and good.
Yeah, there's no
It felt
pointless
real.
half validation. There's no even the scheming, they're very upfront about their intentions right away, and the kids play along, but ultimately they stay steadfast in their beliefs.
Yeah.
And that's really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's also another scene where J Money and DJ are back home, and DJ's like, so what do you think? Did that change your mind? You want to go to college now? And J Money's like, well, this has helped me learn a lot, and now I know for sure that I don't want to go to college, but I
And then
did do
DJ
some research. Oh yeah. DJ's
And
like,
then
what?
DJ slits her throat before
Yeah.
he can finish the sentence.
DJ's like, well, I'm going to kill myself. And J Money's like, wait, no. I learned that I have a passion. And we were like, yeah, your passion for being a barista and or Arby's.
Exactly.
Yeah. But he's like, no, I found this program right here in San Francisco where it's not 4 years, but it's a super good program where people have gone on to work for the FBI and even Netflix.
And by the way, his passion is computers and the program is for coding.
It's for coding. It's for coding.
Yeah, it's a trade school. So it's a great option.
Yeah.
I just liked the idea of he's like, I'll do something else. And this school has people who work at the FBI or Netflix, two completely related places.
There was a third one they brought up. I think it might have just been like
Google.
The government.
It was Google.
Yeah.
It was Google, FBI, and Netflix.
Yeah. Okay.
Google,
they cover
pretty
all
much
their
the
bases.
government.
Ew.
Society.
We live in a
society.
Panopticon.
But yeah, that's the neat little button.
Yeah.
J Money's
It's
gonna
nice.
do his own thing, and it's nice.
Yeah. He has a passion that came out of nowhere.
Okay, that's like the one problem with this episode is that
Yeah.
the thing came out of nowhere. But I think even within this one episode, it's set up pretty well with him fixing Ramona's computer at the beginning as well.
Yeah, we were talking about, like, they definitely, like, from the beginning, we were going, wait, J-Money's good at computers now? Like, it's foreshadowed that this is where we're going within this episode.
Yeah.
It still comes out of nowhere and is kind of off-putting.
But for how they handle it in the episode.
Yeah, I think it's pretty well handled and well put in the episode, which, again, we got to commend Andrea Barber. She did a good job on this episode. And I know these sort of things, there are like rooms of writers all pitching and everything, but
Of course,
Right.
but she was
we
the
want to give
sole
her credit,
writer
yeah.
credited for this episode.
Andrea Barber should write more things. And we're encouraging Andrea Barber to write more things.
Yeah.
That line, "the dorm is always open," really got me. That was really good.
That was really
Clever
good.
writing.
Really good.
Yeah,
And
it was clever.
we liked the resolutions. Every scene was like well structured.
Mm-hmm.
There was that one time where it sort of cuts between locations and we didn't figure it, but it's the lowest bar. But I was genuinely impressed when Steph comes back to Berta's bridal, because I was like, oh, that's a scene jump where there is a time jump and it actually makes sense to cut away and cut back.
Yeah.
Again, lowest bar.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, DJ and J Money have made up. He's going to go do coding. They hug. And then Steph comes in and she's like, how was your day? And DJ's like, well, we broke into a sorority and dodged a laser grid. And Steph's like, that's a hilarious joke, DJ. The guys almost ruined the wedding and we almost lost our wedding dresses. Ha ha ha. That's my sarcastic description of what could have happened on my day. And they all laugh. And then DJ says, I don't want to know.
Yeah. Again, a neat little button.
Yeah, this episode has a button. Most episodes have a resolution by this point, but they do sort of fizzle out. This episode ends with a little joke. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. So that brings us to the button of our episode, which means it's time for Sad Boy of the Week. You like that
Good
transition? Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel like I started strong in season 1 with the transitions, but I've been kind of slacking recently. We're trying to bring it
It's how
back
you
at the end.
return to your roots.
We're returning to my roots.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of nominees. I feel like recently the race for Sad Boy isn't as cut and dry as it is earlier.
I have one nominee that pops into my head.
I have one as well.
I think there are multiple cases you could make, but there's one nominee where I'm like, that might be a strong nomination, which is
I have one as well.
Jimmy Gibbler.
Ooh.
Jimmy Gibbler's a good one.
That is not who I was thinking.
Who were you
Me
thinking?
neither.
I was thinking Steph.
I was thinking DJ.
Ah.
Ooh. Or Ramona.
Yeah.
Or Ramona.
Ramona
I think
works.
not really J Money, but I do want to again spotlight him being current resident and also getting fooled by the Billie Eilish thing.
Yeah.
Yes, that was good.
Yes. Those are very good.
Yes.
We love our boy, friend of the show, Michael
Sad
Campion.
boy.
I think Jimmy, DJ, Steph, Ramona is
I think that's good. Yeah.
Is good.
We'll nominate those 4.
Yeah. I'll do Jimmy first.
Okay.
I often feel like I save the one that I like the most for last, and then often they end up winning, so I feel like I'm cheating a little bit sometimes.
Okay, so let's do
go
Jimmy
ahead.
first.
So let's do Jimmy first. Jimmy, much like how Steph isn't present for the line about her drinking, I think Jimmy's first sad moment, he's not present. Because when Steph is saying how she has all this free time now, one of the things that she says often takes up her
right.
time, that we
Yeah.
didn't mention in the episode, is she often has to waste time explaining to Jimmy where the light in the refrigerator goes when you close
I
it.
forgot about that line. That's very good. That was very good.
It's very good. Zach, you had some very good questions during the episode about, well, where does it go?
Where does it go? This is a valid question.
It turns off.
No, it can't. That's too easy. That's what the government wants you to think.
That's a little too simple.
That's what the refrigerator company wants you to think, Harrison.
Oh, I see.
Zach, what really happens is there are little gremlins that live in the fridge, and every time you close it, they go and they unscrew the light bulb. They don't take it anywhere. They just unscrew it so it's not going to turn on. And then right when you open it, they race back and they screw it back in.
See, that makes more sense than what Harrison just said.
I will concede that point. That is a pretty valid theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but yes, the fridge line is very good.
Yeah.
So Jimmy often wonders what happens to the light when the refrigerator closes. He's going to be a great father.
Yep.
He's watching Fast and Furious with his boys. Jimmy initiates the Fast and Furious howl. 1, 2, 3 family. He picks out and possibly brings from home the most garish tux anyone has ever seen.
Yep.
When asked, well, which tux do you like the best, or what do you think about sharing a tux? He says, I don't know. I have to call my fiance.
Oh, beautiful.
And interrupts her while she is asleep. Oh, also, we should say when his reasoning for why he likes his tux is that it covers his problem areas. And I also really liked when he calls Steph. Steph says, I've told you 1,000,000 times you don't have any problem areas. Our himbo has low self-esteem.
Area?
Oh, not our low self-esteem
an area
himbo.
that is not so flattering and is a bit of a problem.
Oh, so it's body dysmorphia. Okay. He is cut. He is very concerned about his body.
Also, should point out when he refers to his problem areas, he's looking at his butt.
Aww.
Jimmy doesn't like his tush.
Jimmy has a very fine butt. You should be happy about his butt.
Jimmy has a fine everything.
Yeah, Jimmy's just fine.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway.
When they inadvertently ruin the wedding, or when Max ruins the wedding, I really like that Jimmy's like, I guess I should text Steph. Maybe I shouldn't text Steph. She'd be upset about this. I'll text Steph. And she texts Steph, or he texts Steph, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
He also does suggest that they, before he texts Steph, he suggests that they forge out on their own and create new identities.
That they create new identities.
And
he says,
Fernando.
I'll be Fernando. And Fernando has a very good line where he says, good luck. It's not always so easy to be Fernando.
Fernando knows.
Fernando knows
better than anyone.
Which maybe we'll very quickly nominate Fernando for Sad Boy and say the fact that Steve goes, you don't live here, and then also it's not so easy to be Fernando. And
also he offers to drive and is immediately shot down, but not for the reason you would think.
Yeah, well, Steve says it's my fiance, and he says, okay, you drive. And even though Steph saves the day, her last interaction with Jimmy's last moment in the episode is her going, no on that text. No, just no. It's bad.
But it covers up his problem areas anyway.
Yeah. Who's next? We said
Steph.
Yeah, Steph. Steph has finally gotten a moment to herself because Danny Tanny has the baby.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'd also like to mention Steph is a mess is brought up at the very beginning of the episode, despite her not being present.
Steph is not present.
She took her tuition money and used it on alcohol and drinking her way through Portugal.
Drank her way through Portugal. She's not even present, but she's still a mess in the first scene. This is a running theme in scene 1. Steph is a mess.
Yes.
And Steph is a mess specifically because she drinks so much.
Yes.
So Steph has finally gotten away from her baby. Ugh.
I didn't think of it that way.
Oh my god.
She's finally gotten away from Danny and her fiance. Ugh.
Her idiot fiance.
But immediately when she goes to relax, her idiot fiance and his idiot friends are watching Fast and the Furious. Ruining her plans.
And she has to come up with a fake excuse to kick them out.
Yeah. Although
Which somehow works.
I wouldn't put it past DJ to have a wedding list. So is it fake?
Well, I think the bridal calendar is real, but obviously the idea that they have to get their tuxes today, that was an excuse she came up with.
So she lies to get them to leave. They race out of the room. This is not a foiled plan in a way, but it is a foiled plan because her big relaxing, it seems she wants to like meditate and center herself. But when we first see her, she's just fallen asleep. So she is relaxing, but not in the way that she wanted to.
She then gets woken up.
She gets woken up. Apparently she was having a nightmare about being forced to smoke by her good friend Gia.
Yeah.
You know what? The evidence is mounting. Holy crap.
Yeah, I told you she was a good nominee.
Yeah, she's a good nominee. She is a good nominee, yeah.
She wakes up, she's like, oh God, for the last time, Jimmy, you don't have any problem areas.
Yeah.
Then goes back to sleep.
Later, she's interrupted again with the news that her wedding is ruined.
Yes, and this is at the point where the meditation app is like, you should be at peak relaxation right now. Yeah. Enter the text saying, hey, your wedding is ruined.
Well, it's also good because she says, like, I am at peak relaxation. And she gets up to get the text and, like, trips over all the yoga stuff. Yeah. And then just sees the text and goes, what? And then it cuts, which I really liked that. I don't know why. I really liked that she just has a strong reaction, then it cuts away. Mm-hmm. She tries to convince a 10-year-old to apologize. And it doesn't work. So she makes an impassioned plea. And then the 10-year-old does apologize. But her fiance's tux is bad. She doesn't like it. Her fiance has bad taste.
And then there's
DJ. DJ, who finds out that her son does not want to go to college. So she dresses up as a cheerleader and drags him on a tour of her college, California University. Mm-hmm. She gets the tour group kicked out of a lecture because she talks too much. She decides they need to break into a sorority to steal back the bronze cap so she can relive her glory days. And dud can be thing. Yeah. Do you think they call it dud when it is popular?
DJ said she was a dud.
Yeah, that's true.
She said she was
before
I know.
Knew.
I just thought it would be funny if it's like, you know, when it's doing well, they're like, no, we're not duds, and then it's like, yeah, we're kind of duds.
Well, Harrison, when the alpha thing happened, were you guys like, well, we may have been betas before, but I guess now we're the real alphas, am I right, guys?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
that's definitely how we talked to the other fraternities.
Yeah.
DJ accidentally activates a laser grid and then has to dodge a laser grid. You know, we didn't freak out enough about the fact that this sorority just has a laser grid.
Yeah. They just have a laser grid to protect a bronze cap.
It's just
weird.
You just have to turn off your brain for that.
Yeah.
No, it's like
I feel like at this point we're so used to weird shit happening in Fuller House that stuff like this does not faze us.
Yeah.
As much as it would at the beginning.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to actually have a musician show up and perform on the quad.
Yeah, that's true. I thought it would have been really funny if like they were like, oh, Billie Eilish is here, and then they actually had a cameo from Billie Eilish, but that didn't happen.
Well, that would have been hilarious if Billie Eilish herself actually made an appearance.
Can you imagine if Billie Eilish was on Fuller House?
More likely it would be Billy Idol.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They'd get Billy Idol. Like, what's he doing nowadays? I don't know.
They escape. They save Dud. But DJ has to confront the fact that, like, yeah, maybe college isn't the right path for J Money. He's gonna go learn coding because he loves computers now.
Yep.
And she's happy he's passionate. I don't think we emphasized that.
Yeah, she's happy he's passionate. But also at the very end, Steph is like, hey, your wedding was almost ruined. Bye.
Yeah. And then we have Ramona.
Ramona, who can't get her computer to work and is shown up by J Money of all people. Always a sad moment when J Money bests you. Her mom finds out for the first time that she wants to go to an East Coast school. And so her mom drags her on a college tour and tries to get her excited about things like squirrels. There's a line that I liked a lot where she was like, not going to see rodents like that on the East. And Ramona's like, yeah, New York, famously rodent free.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's forced to limbo.
Yes.
Oh, I want to reiterate, she pretends to not know her mother. She says we met them on the bus. She's forced to limbo. Then she has a hard time doing a distraction with her mom because Kimmy keeps doing the wrong artist. Says, Boy George. Ramona's like, say Billie Eilish. And she says, Billie Idol. And so Ramona has to take charge and say, it's Billie Eilish performing on the quad. Come with me, everybody. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, later on there's another joke where Kimmy says like, yeah, Billy Joel was great or something. Like she changes it to Billy Joel now.
Yeah.
And then they have a nice heart to heart where Kimmy learns to see life from Ramona's side. Yeah. So I think those are our nominees.
Okay. I think I gotta vote for Steph on this one.
I felt
the evidence is just all there.
I felt pretty strongly about my nominee, but I think I'm gonna go with Steph.
I think I'm also gonna go with Steph. I think her and Jimmy are maybe about matched, but I had more fun recounting Steph's stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty
I thought she was that much funnier,
right
which was
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, Steph is now tied with Fernando for second place on the Sad Boy leaderboard.
Damn!
The race for second is turning out to be much closer than the race for first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Well, who will win Who will win this matchup?
Guess you'll have to watch the rest of the episodes and find out.
Steph. Yeah.
Yep.
We haven't watched the rest of the episodes. Yeah. We don't know.
We don't even know who's going to win.
Us.
I know. But speaking of watching the rest of the episodes, you should also listen to the rest of the episodes of the Fullest House podcast.
Where can we find those?
Yeah.
We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere. It's on Google Podcasts. It's all over the place.
Whoa.
Listen to the other episodes. You'll have a grand old time. Also,
what if I wanted to follow you on social media?
I was about to say, Zach, that's so weird.
My God, it's like you read my mind.
You should follow us on social media. We're at Fullest House Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. And that's going to be it, guys. I hope everybody listening has a wonderful day. Until next time, I'm Mark Greene.
I'm Harrison Bloom.
And I have finally decided that I am Zach Horowitz.
Yay!
Yay!
Character development.
See, it's like a little button.
And may your houses be fuller, and may your billies be idle. Fuck. I mean, Eilish. Fuck. Can we just start the episode again?
No.
Okay.